Hey, living life. Good afternoon, beautiful. Good afternoon. So much more has happened today. Today has been a crazy news day. Today is a crazy news day. I'll just say that. Insane news day. Hey, Krem. Good afternoon. Y'all see, listen, I had to put up this picture of Joe Biden this afternoon because according to conservatives, he controls the weather. He's so tough. This must be that hidden picture of Joe that the White House had. This is the other Joe Biden that we didn't know about. I told y'all Joe Biden was a superhero. Because to hear Republicans talk about it, he is. Hey, Karina. Hey, Philip. Hey, James. Christine. So when I saw this, I said, now this is perfect. I got to bring this up for a hot second today. Who knew that Joe Biden was so damn tough he could control the weather, man? Proving that Trump is weak as fuck. Yeah, I mean, he's so weak, Joe Biden is controlling the weather even while Trump is president. Go figure, right? Hey, Kiana. Hey, V Secret. Hey, Lily. Yeah, listen, you can always tell people who were raised well. Joe Biden was raised by good people. Yeah, I didn't know. Listen, Biden is rating on his part-time. He is rating on his part-time. He is Thor in his part-time. Y'all didn't know? This is just according to the Republican Party. I'm just basing it on that. Because every time Trump messes up, it's always Joe Biden. Joe Biden. I'm like, damn, Joe is tough. Hey, Kiana. Joe is tough. A lot tougher than I knew him to be, according to Republicans. But now we know. Now we know that, that's who Trump is afraid of. He's afraid of Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe, mind you, according to conservatives. Joe Biden is supposed to be sleepy. But I got a question for y'all. Have y'all ever been scared of anybody that's sleepy? I haven't. Yeah, they claim Joe got dementia. They claim he does. But have y'all ever been scared of anybody that has dementia? I haven't. I haven't. But yet Trump is so tough. But he's scared of Joe Biden. Right. Sound like to me the person that's weak is the person that's claiming the other person's tough. That's supposedly weak, according to that tough person. Yeah, Joe Biden does come off as decent. He comes off like he was raised from a good family. You can just tell people's character. You can tell folks' character. And when you look at people's character, it goes back to how they were raised. Hey, Miss Sips T, good afternoon. I'm not scared of you and you have it. What are you talking about, beloved? Don't nobody care. Let me put you out. Tomorrow ain't nobody scared of you. You already paranoid. Go be paranoid somewhere else. What are you scared of? Who's coming? Yeah, I miss those decent leaders too. Yep, narcissists do always blame someone else. That's what August. Trump always says every time something's wrong, Joe Biden did it. So he's scared of Joe Biden. Joe Biden is strong. Joe Biden is tough. Trump is weak. Because otherwise, why would Trump keep talking about a guy that's not president anymore? That is a sign of weakness. Period. I don't talk about weak people. I don't talk about anybody I think that's weaker than me. And certainly I wouldn't blame a weak person for something that's happening in my life the way I don't want. That makes me look weak. So that's why I said Trump is scared of Joe Biden. Nothing else makes any sense because Trump dreams about Joe Biden. That's how he acts. He acts like he dreams about that man every night. It's very weird. That's your opinion, not facts. Duh, no shit, Sherlock. It's my life. It's full of my opinion. Let me help you go somewhere else with your 16 followers. I think I blocked your other account. You came back. No, you're not allowed back. Bye. What do they say? Enjoy, beloved. I'll see you tomorrow. You gonna come to my live. Thank you, C Jolly. They are playing cake flipper earrings. Guess what else they flip? Guess what else they flip? Flip your ass on out of my live. Bye. See, what you're not gonna do is say in your profile you're a veteran and then say you don't like socialism. Make it make sense, beloved. especially when your pension comes from my taxes. Your health insurance is paid for with my fucking taxes. You love socialism. You just don't want to admit that you're a socialist. It's okay. For a lot of people, their first job they ever get is in a socialist place. It's called the military. Y'all just don't like to be honest about that shit. But the very first job a lot of you get is a socialist job. You go into the service. Hey, Val from Be More. A communist is running New York. Who is that, Annie? Tell me who that communist is, beloved. I'm testing something here. I'm testing a theory. And then after you're done, can you give me the definition of communism? I'll wait. Yeah, Biden is raiding. Because according to Trump, Biden is tougher than him. Catch it. No, I ain't say if the new guy went, Annie. You said it was run by New York. He doesn't run New York. He didn't win the election. Now, can you define communism for me in your own words, please? I'll wait. I'm sending my good juju to Manda. I didn't say if he wins. I asked you what was the definition of communism. You got one more time, Annie, then you getting Das Boot. Do new 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 by Boom Block. If she didn't know the definition of communism, that's all she had to say is, I don't know the definition. But I gave her a chance. I sang the Jeopardy theme. Hey, hey, hey! That's Scooby and Shaggy Doo in there. I tap my fingers on the desk and they going, wow. Hey, Sinopa. Hey, beautiful. But I'm like, I gave her an opportunity to tell me what a communist was. And she couldn't do it. You know why? Because she doesn't know the definition of communism. She only knows what Fox News tells her. That's what most Republicans know, what Fox News tells them. But you need to understand, according to the lawsuit, when Fox News was sued, they are not news. They are an entertainment channel. And they said in court, their lawyer said, no reasonable person would watch them and believe that they are news. That came from Fox News, not from me. Has TikTok banned, shadow banned you? I keep having to refollow you. Not that I know of. I can tell you something that I've noticed with TikTok. Depending on where I am with my internet connection, sometimes I have to refollow people. I have to re-like a post. Or not re-comment, but re-like a post. Like I will have liked something. And say if a commercial pops up right after that video, I have to like it again in order for my like to stay connected to that video. Sometimes TikTok can be glitchy. But understand, I'm on multiple platforms. I'm on Patreon, YouTube, Substack. I'm in other places. Because TikTok plays a lot of games with people of color's content. And I stand by that statement. I stand by that statement. I believe that statement. I've seen it in action. And I've seen the double standard. So TikTok has a lot of double standards on this platform. No problem. No problem, K-Style. Yeah, and on YouTube, I always post copies of these live events from TikTok onto YouTube. So I always put it over there too. I just got to do more lives on TikTok. I mean YouTube, but YouTube has me a little restricted until I get more watch hours in for the content I have there. It's not like old YouTube where, you could just create an account and go live. They don't do that anymore. You got to get a certain amount of watch hours in order to be able to do certain things. Like I can go live, but then I can't control certain things. I'm like, well, then what's the point of that? If I'm just leaving myself ass out for any and everybody to do whatever they want to do. No, I'm not doing that. That only benefits YouTube. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not coming on to anybody's social media platform to be abused and used at the discretion of the platform just because. I'm trying to find something. And Chris, I'm still trying to figure out. I'm trying to find your account on TikTok in order to unblock you. Look, I'm trying to figure out where I go inside the TikTok system to find where you were blocked to unblock it. Listen, I'm old. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out, though. I'm going to figure it out at some point. I'm going to figure it out at some point. But I want to talk about some other stuff that happened today. So we got a lot going on. Y'all still see Elon and Trump are still fighting. So let me switch to that, you know. While I love, look at Joe looking all tough up there. Ain't he looking tough up there? Look at him. Looking so tough. You know they hate it, right? They hate that shit. They hate that shit. Hold on, I may put this up. Yeah, I'm going to just leave that there for right now. Because I saw this and I laughed my ass off when I saw it. I don't think their fighting is performative. I don't think their fighting is performative, Redum. I don't think so. I think that they really fell out. I'm keeping it all the way a buck. I think that's a real fallout right there. Think about it. Wouldn't you fall out with somebody you paid $200 million plus into? And then they work with other people to roll back your fucking EV credits, one of the biggest ways that you was making fucking money? Oh shit. Nah, I'd be hot as fish grease. Shh. That's not performative. That's a man that's really fucking upset. I would be too. I spent 200 something million on you. And then you gonna flip on me? I thought I bought your loyalty. Well, Trump is performative, but Elon's really mad. Trump just don't give a shit. That's what's happening. Yeah, Trump used him. Trump is done with him. Trump don't need him no more. He has served his purpose. And I told y'all, when Elon was around and he was doing Doge was a distraction for all the shit Trump was doing and that the Republican elected officials were doing. I told y'all. No, honestly, I don't think Elon has any power to do anything to Trump. And that's why Elon is really pissed. He don't have no leverage. I'm telling y'all, Elon don't have as much leverage as y'all think he has. He does not. He doesn't have as much leverage, nor does he have as much influence as you think he has. To people who are silly, to people who think he's extra smarter than them, but he showed himself. He exposed himself when he aligned himself with Trump. Fuck yeah. Elon messed up when he... Think about it. Okay, let me go back. Think about it like this. At one time, Elon used to be riding hard with liberals, right? Liberals were the ones who gave him the EV credits. Liberal policies is what contributed to Elon becoming the richest person in the world, right? He decides to flip the script because he wants more, because he's greedy, and he was mad that certain things didn't work out the way he wanted. So he flipped the script and became friends with Trump. Now, everybody knows that Trump is transactional. So Elon thought $200 and something million. Think about it. You're not talking $50,000. You're talking $200 and something million. Plus, I use my social media platform to push your agenda. And we have all these backdoor conversations between us about all the things you're going to make sure I get out of it too. See, understand, Elon didn't pay $200 and something million to lead Doge and fire government input. That wasn't the only thing he expected to get from that shit. Elon had he did not anticipate his EV credits being rolled back. He didn't think that was going to happen. Even if he knew, because everybody knew Trump didn't like electric vehicles. So when Trump was trying to sell a Tesla on the White House lawn, we knew that was bullshit. We knew it was bullshit. Elon might have thought it meant something, but it was just designed to get conservatives to run out and buy Teslas. But by that time, liberals had stopped buying Teslas. So now there is no incentive for nobody to buy a Tesla. Because why? Congress done rolled back them EV credits. So now his money gonna get, this is where the money start getting funny. I don't even think Donald Trump, he know how to drive a golf cart. He's rich. I don't even know if he has a driver's license, to be honest. I'm keeping it all the way above. I don't even know if that man has a driver's license. Yeah, and you're right. Both parties interpret freedom differently. But I've always told people, for Republicans, freedom is not freedom. Freedom is only to do the things they tell you can do. I've been telling people that. They didn't want to believe it. They didn't want to believe it. All you have to do is look at their policies. Their words and their policies never aligned. They talk about freedom, but they always use the government to try to control what you could do. Then you don't want me to be free at all. You want me to be free to do the shit you want me to do. That's a problem for me. So for me, I couldn't support that because I'm a grown-ass adult. You're not going to tell me what to do when you don't pay my bills. You know what? During usually a comment like yours, I would boot you for that because it's actually a ridiculous comment. Both parties are not the same, and both parties are not corrupt in the way that you think, and both parties do not work to benefit the rich in the same ways. Now, they both do work for the rich. The leadership in the Democratic Party and a lot of the Democratic elected officials, they lean into money, right? They lean into money. But if y'all don't like that your Democratic leaders lean into money, you need to vote different people into office so they can get rid of that Citizens United decision. Because the fact of the matter is this. Your person that you like is never going to get into Congress without money. That's just a fact. Because rich people have infused money into government so they can gain control and keep control. Democrats in Washington state just legislated race qualified grants. See, I would have had the discussion with you, but you stuttered, which tells me that you're trolling. So you got to get out. I don't give a fuck. I don't live in Washington state. I don't give a fuck about what they do. Next. Ain't that what y'all say? It's probably for the people's own good. Didn't y'all say government knows best for you? It's probably for their own good. Oh, I know y'all been trying to get Abbott out of there. But you know what? You know how you get Abbott out? Let Republicans have Republican policies. I hate to say it. Thank you so much, WR. Oh, thank you for the follow, cousin. But that's honestly, listen, this is why I said the best thing that kind of ever happened to America, unfortunately, in the sea of all this bullshit, is for Donald Trump to have a Republican majority in the House and Senate. Republicans have no way to hide. I told y'all the dog caught the car. They had to either make those policies and put those policies in place they've been selling to their constituents for decades, which is to starve you. Government shouldn't work for you. Government is trash while they're government. Hell, think about it. Even in Texas, they do it. Texas, Abbott says all the time, government is destroying you. But Republicans run the government in Texas. So it's government? It's you? So why don't you stop running for office? Right, exactly. But nobody calls them out on it. No one ever says, but you're in charge of government. Hey, Trail. No one ever says that part out loud. And that's the problem. Somebody needs to say that. But haven't you been here for 30 years? So for 30 years, you've been fucking up. Because nothing else makes any sense. I'm just looking to see if anything else is going on. They got some place called Coldwater, Kansas. It's a town where houses cost less than a pickup truck. So you know there ain't no jobs there, right? You know ain't no jobs there, right? Because if a town is selling homes cheaper than a car, oh, they're completely economically disadvantaged as a town. So if you move there, you better have money. You better have money because you ain't going to be able to make any money. Wow. Wow. I just saw it and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't even think places like this existed, but I'm not surprised. But yeah, the population is in 1930 it was 1,296 people, and ain't too many more than that now. Wow. And the median age is 55.7 years old, so it's mostly old people there. And a nice car, because there can't be no healthcare there. You're right, cousin. So you're gonna have to drive far to get any healthcare. But most of the people that live there are elderly. They say it's a dying Kansas town. Yeah. Why would anybody live there if there are no jobs there? See, older people haven't caught on to the fact yet that young people don't want to be where there's no money. Young people want to make fucking money. They want to live. They don't have to be rich, but they want to be comfortable. They don't want to spend their life working. But what young people have figured out is, because old people had to spend their life working and they didn't change the system, they want to punish young people. And they want young people to work even more. Just like yesterday, I had some people here on my live who were 70-something years old, still working. Not because they wanted to. Because in America, they force you to. Republicans with that bill, what they basically said is, if you don't work, you don't get any benefits from government. Well, I guess sign your grandma and grandpa up for Walmart, because they're going to have to get to work to get any more benefits as a senior. In America, you're not allowed to rest. When you no longer make any money for the beast, for the system, you are worthless. You don't have no value to the system. Your grandmother, 73, still working in a fucking warehouse. Man, that's some bullshit. That should not be okay. Americans should be outraged by shit like that. Y'all should be outraged. That's fucking sad that is the state of America. And then Americans y'all will run around the world and say, America's the best place in the world to live. And Europeans are looking at you like, you a fucking lie. Europeans are like, you're a whole fucking lie. We are living the life here. You're not living the life. You're asleep. You're in that American dream. You don't let your mom work. I remember my mother retired when she was 52. 52 years old, my mother retired from the federal government. She had worked all the time she needed to. She met the quota, and she was able to retire early. So she went on ahead and retired early. Now, she passed away a couple years later, but she retired early. There's still some people able to retire early, but by and large, the new normal for America is you have to work until you die. Literally. You work up until you take your very last breath. And then your family has to figure out how they can continue to pay their bills after you die. 9 times out of 10, they're going to have to sell the house. Because they ain't going to be able to keep it. Because the property taxes are going to be too expensive. Or the city going to come with some bullshit. Or the state going to come with some bullshit. Or your county going to come with some bullshit. Somebody's going to come with the shits to take that house from the family. You understand? You can't have nothing. Oh, we're already looking to move out of America. Because frankly, what I'm not going to, because I have a special needs child. We have 2 children, but one of our children is special needs. What I am not going to do is be worried in taking my last breath on my deathbed and wondering if my child is going to be a part of a system that works to oppress and destroy her and treat her like a slave because she was born different. Not having it. I just refuse to make it seem like that shit okay. Oh, you're planning on moving to Mexico. Which portion? Which portion? Yep, time for y'all to get out of here. Us too. Yeah, everybody. I want to leave as well. I just need to know where. I think now is the time where you start to explore and travel, but you got to go outside of resorts when you travel to other countries. That's the catch. I want to say that to all Americans, because I know a lot of people that have traveled a lot. Their idea of travel, though, is staying at resorts. And I always tell them, well, you haven't really experienced those countries in the way that you think you have. You need to go see how the people live. How people live is nothing like the fucking resort. That's Americanized resort. Oh yeah, friends moving to Portugal. Ah, they rioting in Mexico, not in the whole country of Mexico. Like which city? That's like saying they're rioting in the United States. Like it can't be everywhere. Like where? Yeah, you're planning to. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, I think as Americans, you got to start looking at things a little different. Unfortunately for us, we have to. For those Americans who are able to leave, they can. Oh, you didn't see where? Okay, I'll look it up and try to find out where. You're on your first international trip, and I'm shocked at how much things are cheaper here in England. Oh, yeah. Now, England is not a place I'd move to. I don't like their weather. Yeah. So that's why they just would not be an option for me. Their weather is horrible. So, you said they're rioting in Mexico like they are in LA. Don't believe the propaganda. But where, Melody? You're saying they're rioting too. Mexico is a country, beloved, not a state. It's not like Virginia. So where in Mexico? I need y'all to be clear. Because I know all of Mexico in every city, in every that's not, oh, you're being sarcastic. Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, I need to turn it down. That's what I need to do, Melody. Because I did too much. I tried to do too much. Just listen, y'all know I will call other people out and I will call myself out too. I will call myself. I did too much. No, Melody, it ain't you. It's me. Look what they say. What did the guys say? No, it's not you. It's me. I just saw something where they said, I know this is so arbitrary, but a guy swiped right on Tinder over 2 million times in 5 years and only managed to get one date. I would want to see his profile. I just keep it all the way a buck. You're looking at Puerto Vallarta. Ah, you know what? Anytime I hear the phrase Puerto Vallarta, I think about Love Boat because they always went to Puerto Vallarta all the time. I've never been there before. So I got to look up some stuff about because I've never been to that region of Mexico before. That's in Mexico, right? They have added service charges on the bill and pay their people well. Ah, okay. Oh, you had a great time there. Yeah, I've never been there to that portion. Live in Gettia, Italy for 3. Oh, you lived in Italy for 3 years. Oh, I'm pretty sure that was like. Unfortunately, are you African American? Because I hear that Italy is not good for black folk. Is that what they say? I'm being like that boy on Lethal Weapon. Is that true? Is that true? Yeah, is that true? Because I don't know. I really, really don't know. That's just, the internet says anything. Oh, that is true? Oh, yeah, then I can't go there. I don't have an interest in being anywhere where they don't want me there. You travel to TG right on the other side of the border to shop or eat. Oh, you do, Beck. Okay. See, those people who live close to the Mexican border, they get to hop back and forth across the border anytime they want to, which is really cool. Italy doesn't even like other Europeans. Damn. Oh, shit. Italians say, stay out of our area. Also bought the timeshare tour, dinner cruise. Ooh, that sounds nice. Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, I'm thinking about Canada too, but Canada has so many provinces. Canada's huge, first of all, way bigger than America. So many different places to live. And each region is different. Much like America, it depends on where you are. That determines your experience, at least is what I'm finding out about Canada. I'm learning a lot more about Canada than I knew. And it's a lot cooler than I knew because I just didn't know. We know the stereotypes of what we see on television. But when you really start to dig, you go, wow, this is wow, this is pretty fucking cool. And it's gorgeous there. Yeah, Japan is cool too. I wouldn't mind moving over. See, but in order for me to move someplace like Japan or China, me being the asshole that I am, I would have to know the language. I'd have to like speak it too. That was a cool. Cool. You know, I don't know any of the language, but I know the feeling, you know. So that's what I would want to be. Yeah. So I wouldn't get myself in trouble. So I would want to know the language. So I could just be there cutting up. You think I'm ready? I think I'm ready. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody, but I know the feeling. I know I could do it. I just don't know. I don't know any other languages. All I know is Southern drawl and English. I know those two things. Your wife is Japanese. Okay, do you speak any Japanese? You got to speak something. You can't be married to her and not speak any Japanese. I know you know a little something. Okay, of course you know something. Of course you know something. Now, are you extremely fluent prior, or do you know enough to like be a part of a conversation? Or could you get a job where you spoke Japanese as like your job? Because all of it's pretty cool. Even just to speak a little bit is pretty cool. I think that is pretty fucking awesome. That's the one regret I have, that I'm not bilingual. You said, hell no, just enough to get around. Hey, sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. Hold up, let me see something. What is this? Everybody's taken care of. I want to tell y'all something. Oh, never mind. I ain't gonna read that. Never mind. Japanese and Koreans don't have tones, so it's possible. Yeah, I like Korean stuff too. The crazy thing is, I watch a lot of foreign movies. Oh, thank you guys so much for helping me reach the goal. I didn't even know what the goal was. I just hit that button and just come on in here, because I just be wanting to come in here and get in here and just talk about stuff. But I watch a lot of international movies. I love internet. Honestly, let me tell you who got the best movies right now on lock. Between Koreans and Norwegians, they got the best cinema right now. Hands down. Hands down. They got the best cinema right now. They got the best TV shows and the best movies right now. Followed up by... Ooh, this is a tough one. Because it's either the Chinese or... See, the Indians got some good stuff too. Like from India. Yeah, I just saw your message of Be Secret. India has some really good films out there. Yeah. Oh, Korea was Squid Game. Yeah. But that 8 show, if I'm not mistaken, that was Korean too. Koreans have some great cinema. Television shows, movies. Did any of you watch the Physical 100 on Netflix? That was good. That was good. I liked that show because I used to like Ninja Warrior. Like when they first started doing Ninja Warrior on Netflix. Remember, they started doing that before COVID, I think. That's when that show started. I used to watch that way back before it was popular. Then when they introduced the 100 and I saw it the first season it came out, I said, oh, what's this? Let me watch it. I love the 100. Oh, I love the 100. I love the 100. See, I'm the person that wants to hear them. I either want to like read the subtitles and hear them speak the language, because the dubs are always trash. The dubs are always trash. The people always sound like they're way fucking happier than what they're actually saying, like the actual people, and I hate that. It's like that old school dubbing of foreign language films that I don't like. They have not fixed that, and you would think in 2025 it would be better, but I'm starting to think with certain genres or certain like areas like Korean, especially Korean movies, they like that funny ass dub. But I think Koreans want it like that on purpose because they think we like it. I don't really like it. To me, it's a distraction more than anything. I prefer to just let them speak their own native language and I read the English on screen because I don't like the dub. The dub, they overact. They're irrational. They carry on. You know what I'm saying? It don't give me the same feeling, you know? So I don't really care for the dubs. I prefer to just let them talk and I read the words. Oh, you think they're going to use AI to make original act? You know, that wouldn't be bad. Because at least it's the regular actor's voice with some AI. But the problem is, see, I don't know about you guys, but I can still figure out what's AI and what's not, especially when it's celebrities. Because the thing that AI still lacks is soul. Just so y'all know, you can hear when it's lacking. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the hard way to say it. But you know what I'm saying. You can feel that it's no emotion behind it. Hey, Miss Info. Yeah, well, AI is better than dubs, though. You're right. You're right about that. You are right about that. Anything has to be better than the dubs that we get. You are absolutely correct about that. I forgot about that part. Because the dubs that we get, they're just horrible. Okay. Hold up. It looks like we got a leak in the Epstein case. So there's this is a story I'm reading. Alleged memo on Epstein case from DOJ, FBI infuriates the right. They say, of course, you know, Pam Bondi is saying there's no list, right? There's no evidence he kept a list. Even though when he first got in office and before he got in office, they said they were going to release the list. Remember they told you there was a list. There's this list. Then Pam Bondi says, oh, no. There's no list. Hold on, let me switch to something so that you don't forget the associations that our POTUS had, right? So that we don't forget. So while I'm talking about this, y'all can see. Oh, we know Pam Bondi's a whole lot. So they're saying now, like according to this story that I'm reading, and I got to figure out what this website is. I got to research it, but I know it's making conservatives upset, so I know it's not a conservative website. It says the latest update has infuriated those on the right seeking new information about the Epstein case, particularly after a disappointing document dropped in February from the DOJ that contained files already available to the public. It should be noted, however, that some are beginning to question the memo's authenticity. Okay, people are asking. Okay, this is one of those websites where they just scroll to find people's social media. So somebody says they don't believe that it's no way that Epstein was doing what he was doing and had no associates. I'll say it like that. So I agree. But it's also because Trump's going to be affiliated with that. And not just Trump, other people too. And so it's designed to keep it from being discussed. While a U.S. citizen was arrested while filming ICE, while filming ICE at Home Depot raids, he's suing the government for $1 million because he should have never been arrested. Never been arrested. I'm looking to see what the... I just want to see if there's anything else. I just want to see. Yeah, I don't see anything. Now, Sinopa, you sent me that thing earlier where they asked Trump a question, y'all. They asked him how long the migrants would be detained. This man starts talking about Florida is his home. but he's staying at the White House and he's going to stay there for 4 years. And he likes being there, even though his home is in Florida. I was like, what the fuck is this old guy talking about? And they just let him ramble. They just let Trump ramble. He never answered the question. He talked about, I literally had to rewind it, Sinopa, because I was like, okay, maybe I missed something. I thought it was me. No bullshit. When I watched it, I thought it was me. So I'm sitting there going, okay, maybe I missed the question. So I rewinded it. You know, I did a rewind. I said, okay. And then I kept watching. I said, this motherfucker didn't even answer the question. He's off on something. And it made me go, because I went to the comments, you know, because all the good shit's always in the comments. It made me go, does he even know what detainee is? Or was that just his way of just not answering it? You said Swanson got Trump to answer by asking a question. But somebody, the person who asked that question asked multiple times. That was the thing. That reporter asked multiple times. And he still talked about everything but what she asked him. That shit left me confused. And quiet as kept, I left the video. He was still rambling. When I said I'm out, when I checked out, I said, okay, I can't, I'm not going to watch any more of this. That it still had probably 2 minutes left where he was still rambling. Right. He asked her to repeat the question. She repeated the question and he still didn't answer the question. And she was from Fox News. That reporter was from Fox News. And he likes Fox News. Trump has demonstrated that he's above the law because the Supreme Court has allowed him to, and Congress. You got to remember, Republicans are complicit. He can't do any of this. He can't do any of this without Congress. Republicans are complicit in this. Y'all need to make sure y'all send their asses packing when it's time for the next election, because those people are banking on you forgetting. I am telling you, they're banking on you forgetting. You're living the American dream? Good, Spike. I don't know how with no followers. Bye. He's living the American dream, and guess no one wants to follow and watch. He's lying. If he was living such a dream life, wouldn't people want to watch it? Wouldn't people want to see it? No followers. Okay. All right. I tell you, man. I tell you. Oh, today in Patreon, I put some stuff up this morning, but I just finished this afternoon recording some stuff about that country you know I can't talk about on TikTok. And talk about how MAGA's relationship with them. It ain't what you think it is. They didn't ask it at a 3rd grade level. Say it again. Even if they did know, they would have had to been super racist to ask the question, Sinopa. Then he would have understood it. Guaranteed cash money. Guaranteed cash money. Now I'm looking to see if there's anything else. Okay, now the Camp Mystic from Texas with the flood, they have lost so far 27 counselors and campers. But again, they're still not done finding people. They're at 80-something people at this point. And I was listening to the news earlier. There were some other flash floods in that area the same day, and more people died in those flash floods in that area. So, wow, man. And just so y'all know, Oklahoma healthcare officials, they're warning of rural hospital closures amid pending Medicare cuts. Oh well. Your people voted for it. That's what they wanted. And Republicans said that they wanted it. And Republican voters said that they wanted it. Shut up and drive 100 miles, 200 miles to go to your nearest hospital. That's what you need to do. Show me who you walk with, and I'll tell you who. Say it again, Willie. Oh, it's up to 88 now, Lisa? Wow. Yeah, I was listening on the news about some family talk about their little daughter. She was only 9 years old, and they lost her in the flood. Hey, Texas. I'm like, that poor baby. See, I feel sorry for the babies, the children, because ultimately children are victims. The only victims in everything ultimately are the children, because the children don't have choices, you know? They're at the mercy of their parents, you know? And that's why as parents, you have to be responsible. You have to be responsible. You have lives that depend on you. You said people are saying Abbott was warned. I can't find this. Well, this is what I'll say. That area was warned. The National Weather Service did warn that area. This is what happened. They got the warning at like 1 in the morning. That local area where there's the reports are, that local area that had the flooding, they don't have their own alert system with sirens and all that other stuff. And you're right, it floods already in that area pretty frequently, to Texas's point. But this is like a 100-year anomaly that happened. What happened was, it happened in the middle of the night, and they didn't have an alarm system, you know, sirens, something that people could hear or know, hey, floodwaters are heading towards you, because this happened in the wee hours of the morning. Y'all got to remember that part of it. So the local jurisdiction, they did a blast on Facebook. So if you don't have Facebook, if you wasn't up in the wee hours of the morning, you wouldn't have seen it. So they wouldn't have known. At the end of the day, the locals are going to have some conversations amongst themselves about how their government should be working effectively for them. Because how is it that you don't have a siren? It's 2025. You have the ability to have the warnings and the alerts as much as you can. That storm stalled over them. And they're supposed to have more storms today. Today is supposed to be like the last storms for this week. And it's supposed to be dry the rest of the week. But they're still in a vulnerable, like 5 million people in Texas are still vulnerable for flooding today. Yep, the community didn't want that emergency alert system. They voted it down. But there are consequences to doing that, unfortunately. Because not having a system like that put them in a position where they couldn't notify people in the wee hours of the morning. And unfortunately, this is why I don't play with water. You know, I don't play with water. Water is dangerous. Water can be peaceful. It can be calm, but it can be extremely dangerous. And that's something that I'm always mindful of. I don't play with water. Water is just not something I play with, because I know it's very easy to lose control with water, you know? So I don't play. No, I'm going to be honest, I can't swim, but I have taken multiple lessons. I've even taken private lessons. I got this fear of water. Because I have this fear of it, and it's an unrealistic fear, I know, but it's not unrealistic because I know how dangerous water is, and I got this thing about water. Maybe it's saying, I don't know what, but once it gets about right here, that's where the panic starts. I can do everything until it gets here, and then I'm like, nope, I'm out. I won't even go on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise because I don't like big bodies of water like that. I don't trust it. And listen, because the ocean is a beautiful thing, right? But see, this is what I do know. As humans, we've explored more of the earth. We've explored more of space than we have of the ocean. So it's a lot of prehistoric shit in there. I don't play with the water. Nope. I don't play with the water. The water is just not something I play with. Because we don't know enough about it still. So I don't fuck with it like that. And the NOA local guy who coordinates with local law rescue. Yep, they say he took the early retirement in April. There's still so much we still don't know. Yeah, there's a lot down there we don't know. And I'm just like, No problem, JK. I'm just like, I just don't play with water like that. Doge is the blame, but ultimately shit rolls uphill. ultimately the president of the United States is to blame. Because Doge didn't happen without Trump making it happen. Elon Musk didn't happen without Trump making it happen. You understand? So ultimately, it's all Trump. My grandmother always used to say, shit rolls uphill. Meaning if you're in charge, all the mess is going to always come to you. And so he wanted to be in charge. Yet you're right, love to laugh. They discover new ocean animals all the time. One of the more reasons not to take my ass in there. Nope. And I watch stuff about the oceans all the time because I'm fascinated by it. I am fascinated by it. Like the Mariana Trench and all that shit. Because the deeper you go down, the weirder it gets. Everybody talk about they want to go to space. Go to space. No, go to the depths. Go down deep in that water. You won't even care about space. It's so much shit down there. So I think about that. So I just don't, I have this fear of water. I'm going to try to get better though. I'm going to try to get better. It kills when people talk about sharks like they're not. Exactly. The ocean is their home. That's where sharks are. You're visiting their home. You swam into somebody else's living room and you're mad. They're like, what the hell? What the hell-y? Because that's really what it becomes. The shark attacked me when you were in their bedroom. They were sleeping and you just came on in there. They were like, oh, look, lunch. What were they supposed to do? Act like you weren't there? If you woke up in a nice bacon double cheeseburger was sitting in your bedroom, wouldn't you eat it? Listen. I know I would. I know I would. That's why I'm going when everybody's always surprised at sharks being fucking sharks. Well, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be sharks. I'm like, that's why I don't fuck around in the ocean. If my toes can't touch the ground, I'm not interested. As far as bodies of water. As soon as my toes can't touch the ground, I'm out. I'm done. There's nothing else for me to do here. I'm fascinated by people who swim. Because do you know the amount of trust it takes to swim in large bodies of water? To me, people who swim in large bodies of water, they're fearless people. They love taking chances. That's not my reality. No. Thank you so much, Smitty. If I can't see through that water all the way to the bottom, I'm not, nope. Nope. I got family down south. They'll go swimming in the lake and shit. You can't see in there. Nope. I'm with you, Andrea. I can't even float. Listen, because I don't trust the process. Look, I don't trust myself to float. Because in order to float, you have to trust yourself, right? You have to let go of control. I'm a control freak. That's one of the reasons why I can't swim. Because in order to swim, you have to be willing to let go of control to learn to get control. And I've just never been able to do that. I'm like, wait a minute. So you want me to just let my body go limp in this water and you're telling me I'm supposed to rise to the top while I'm still alive? I don't trust it. So I'm not doing that. Yep, say it again, Lisa. Alligators could be in it. I say alligators could be in every body of water. That's the way I don't have to get in it. Surfers are built different. Surfers are people. If you're a surfer, you're just a fearless person. You love adventure. You love to take chances. That's not me. I like a sure bet. Fuck that. I'm one of those people, I got to weigh the probabilities on certain things. And for me, surfing doesn't sound like it makes sense to me. You want me to get on a board and I'm supposed to go out really deep where I can't see that nothing's in there. And then I'm supposed to wait till these waves come. And then I'm going to try to ride the wave. No, I'm good. I'm good. What I'm going to do is ride this chair right here on the beach with my little libation. And I'm going to get my little tan and I'm going to chill. That's what I'm going to do. I don't need all that other stuff, frankly. So Gravy said, Inhale, full chest of air, relax, and you will float. See, that's the problem, Gravy. The relaxing part. That is the problem. I did all that other stuff. It's just that the relaxing I could never get to. I'm telling you, I took private one-on-one lessons. And it got to the point I felt sorry for my teacher. I just felt sorry for my teacher. I was just like, I remember saying to her, I'm sorry. It's not you, it's me. It really is me. I just don't trust me. It's not you, it's me. Trust me. Because my mother could swim like a fish. My mother loved to swim. So we always went to the beach. We always went to pools. Because she was always fucking swimming. And I was always like, no, I didn't ask for a reimbursement. Listen, she did try to teach me. It wasn't that I didn't learn it because it wasn't her. It was me. I remember her trying to get me to float. And every time, I remember one time having a conversation with her like, listen, girl, listen. This isn't I'm never going to float, okay? Because I don't trust me. I don't trust me not to sink. I need therapy. She was a professional. Yeah, that's why I'm telling y'all. It wasn't her. It was me. I knew it was me. You know, that's why I wouldn't dare ask her back for a refund. She was a great teacher. It wasn't me. You say, if you swim, you die. My Navy vet. See, that's why I didn't go into the Navy. Even when I did look at the service, Army all the way. Army all the way. You wasn't throwing me in no body of water forcing me to swim for my life. You might as well go ahead where they say, take me now. Wow, your husband's a surfer. That means he swims like a fish, man. I mean, it takes confidence to swim. But I think something happened when I was younger. And that's why I have a fear of water. I just don't remember what it was. Because it feels like a phobia to me. An unnecessary phobia. Like unrealistic. Because my husband swims like a fish. Oh no, the toll is now 104? Fuck. Wow. Yeah, I hear Air Force is really cool. I know a lot of people in the Air Force. I took the ASVAB and everything. Can y'all imagine me being a fucking soldier? I would have gotten in so much trouble. Do you think Diddy put baby oil on Trump? Listen, I'm going to answer that as a no. Because Diddy likes girls. I think. So I would say, I just would say no. Trump's a little too old for Diddy. A little too old for Diddy. Wow. So I'm looking just to see if there's anything else happening. Now, get this. A pastor was charged with violating fire safety codes because he let the homeless people sleep in his church overnight. Wow. We live, and they say it right here, we live in a country where fake Christians are in power, but real Christians go to jail. That's fucking crazy. You said Diddy used to say Diddy did it. Yeah, he did. I'm waiting to see if Trump pardons Diddy. I'm just keeping it all the way a buck. I'm waiting to see if he's going to pardon him. That's what I want to see. I'm just looking to see. I'm just looking to see if there is anything else happening before I sign off this evening. Because y'all know I love talking to y'all. So I just want to make sure I don't miss anything else. Okay. Just so y'all know, Trump is going to terminate the deportation protection for thousands of Hondurans and Nicaraguans in the U.S. So that's the next batch of folk. The termination is going to affect 72,000 Hondurans, 4,000 Nicaraguans. He's going to strip legal status from them. They're going to terminate the deportation protections for them. It was apparently he did it today. A lot of these Nicaraguans, they've had access to legal status since 1999. He's taking it because Congress won't do shit. They say that they've already moved to NTPS for 348,000 Venezuelans, 521,000 Haitians, as well as thousands from Afghanistan and Cameroon. The administration has said deportation protections were overused in the past and that many migrants no longer merit protections. Kristi Noem says temporary protected status was designated to be just that, temporary. Wow. And then the U.S. State Department currently warns Americans to reconsider travel to Honduras due to crime and Nicaragua due to risk of wrongful detention and limited health care, while also raising concerns about crime. So that's the next group that's targeted. Wow. And remember, the Supreme Court ruled in May that the Trump administration could proceed with ending the status for Venezuelans. So that's one of the reasons why he continues to do what he's doing. So, you know, Trump also has a new visa that has fast track. He does. He has that $5 million visa, but I spoke about it this morning in the live. Not one rich person is taking advantage of the $5 million visa because their lawyers have been giving them the advice that it is illegal. Do not even put any money towards that. No, rich people, and I'm going to tell you something rich people never like to do, lose money. So they're not going to pay $5 million in hopes of getting a visa only for it all to be stripped away. Oh, you talking about the 90-day one. But see, I don't have rich people doing that either. No, they're not going to do anything that's going to fuck with their money. Trump just playing games and trying to sell everything he can. That's all. Trump trying to make money. Because I got Trump and his family leaving the United States and jumping ship someplace with no extradition after it's all said and done. And taking all their money with them. That's what I think he's going to do. That's why it's kind of like a fire sale. They're just doing everything. You say because Venezuelans are here illegally, so they are in the system. True. But it's what I told people before the election. There were certain segments of the Hispanic American population who thought they were safe from Trump's tyranny when it came to immigration. And I was trying to explain to folks, listen, if you initially came here illegally, it doesn't matter if you're in a program now. People like Trump feel like you're still a criminal. People like Trump and them feel like you're still a criminal because you came here illegally initially. They don't give a shit about none of the programs that you're in. They don't care. They don't care. As far as they're concerned, you're not supposed to be here. That's how they think. So I never understood certain Hispanic groups that were so wanting to embrace the shit. Because I was like, but he talking about you too. You're not exempt. But now they're starting to feel the pain and they're like, we were betrayed. And I'm like, well, actually Trump didn't betray you. You betrayed you. He told you exactly what he was going to do. Now, it's not his fault you misunderstood or misinterpreted or didn't ask for clarity. These people purposefully didn't ask for clarity because they just assume, oh, he doesn't mean us. He means them. No, beloved, you are them. Like what? A lot of people are getting their Negro wake-up call and they ain't even black. Listen. Okay? And they're not even black, but they're getting that call. Black people tried to tell y'all, listen, we have a historical history with America. We know how racism and oppression works, especially systematically. It will be to your benefit when you immigrate to this country to listen to people that understand how it works. But to lie to yourself and think you different, You ain't different, baby. You're not them. Yeah, you are different, but you're not them. Yep, exactly, Rhythm. But they gonna learn. They're gonna learn the hard fucking way. They gonna learn. That's why I just look at all this stuff and I go, like, even though I feel for Texas, I was annoyed that Trump sent them any federal aid. But he only gave them a disaster declaration and doing that little bit of stuff just because he know the press is not looking good for what's happening right now. He's aware of that. He's aware. But just note, whatever federal response that they will get is paling in comparison to what they would have gotten 8 or 6 months ago under Joe Biden, when government was still functioning. That's the thing. Just like I was thinking earlier, I thought about this. I was in my car and I was thinking about this. You know how conservatives don't believe in climate change? And I told you guys that the Trump administration, right, had shut down the climate change website. Now, let me tell you something. If you want to live in denial that climate change doesn't exist, you got every right to. But let me tell you who does believe in climate change. Your insurance company. Your insurance company believes in climate change. They do. They do. For sure. They do. They absolutely positively do. And so for people, if you sit up there and you keep denying it to yourself, watch your insurance company keep denying your fucking claims. Let the neighborhood you live in all of a sudden become a flood zone. Y'all can keep letting these people lie to you if you want to. But let me tell you something. The powers that be that have to make you whole again if something happened, they believe in climate change. They look at climate change data. Insurance companies look at that shit to make determinations about where they're going to provide coverage and where they won't provide coverage. And to the point that somebody said here, that's why Florida's suffering so much. Because, see, insurance companies, they look at the data. Yep, and they look at the risk. And they damn sure ain't about to cover you if the reward for them doesn't outweigh their risk. I'm like, y'all gonna learn, man. That's why when people say ain't no such thing as climate change, ask State Farm. Ask Nationwide. Bet you they won't say that. That is bullshit. That's what politicians tell you. That ain't what your insurance company say. You're in a flood zone, but your neighbors across the street are not. Wow. Yep. If you want to know if climate change is real, look at your premiums. Say it again. They ain't on your side. They never are. Yep. Data and research is all insurance company looks at. They look at the numbers. An insurance company is the epitome of fuck your feelings. We look at facts here. We just look at the facts. We don't give a shit about how you feel about your house. Your neighborhood's in a flood zone, we ain't covering your house. Boom. Folks gonna learn. Folks are gonna learn. That's why I say you can keep letting politicians lie to you. Your insurance company not. Hey, Zarvis. Hey, good afternoon, handsome. You catching me on the tail end. I'm about to wrap up. But I am going to put it up on YouTube. Just so y'all know, I still need to get this morning's up on YouTube. I've been working today. I just been recording content today, knocking stuff out. I just been busting my ass. Because like y'all know, I ain't got no job. So content creation is my job at this point. Because Trump done fucked up the job market. Hell, I do more of this than I did on my job. At least at 5 o'clock when it was time to go, I could leave. I'm like, damn. It's easy to have a fucking job. Hey, Jess. Hey, beautiful. So I wanted to remind you guys, don't forget to check out that link in my bio to check out the Straight No Chaser podcast. Come over and join us over on Patreon where we have discussions. And I ask y'all questions all the time over on Patreon. Y'all don't be answering. Y'all be over here on the TikToks, which is cool too. But there's certain discussions we can have over there where we can't have over here. Because TikTok be like, you can't say that word. That's bullying. That's a violation of our terms of service. Whatever. You can't do shit over here. You can't be feeling like I'm at my mama's house, like I'm 12. Can't no doors be closed in my house? Okay, mama. I don't know about y'all, but we couldn't close no door but the bathroom. My mama said, you want to close doors, get a job, move out. Black households, you wasn't allowed to close no doors. That was seen as a sign of disrespect. Privacy was disrespectful. The fuck? Are you serious? Yeah. Yes, see, look at Zarvis, like same. Yep, black parents be like, privacy? You get privacy when you move out. The fuck? Oh, yeah, if you locked it, say it again, it was off the hinges. Because I know a couple of people whose parents took their door off the hinges. Like they took the fucking door. Yep, you couldn't lock the bathroom door either. You're absolutely right. You could close it, but you couldn't lock it. Because your mama would swear you were in there doing something you weren't supposed to be doing. Chill. My brother always was. I always made sure I went first. I'm not going after him. No. Was that you who said get insurance on young ladies and the police problem? No, that wasn't me who said that. That wasn't me who said that. But that's a good idea, though. That's the way to get the police to go away. The only door that was closed was the front door in the bathroom. That's true. And with the front door, you wasn't allowed to answer it if your parents was home, except if they told you to. Now, I'm going to give y'all story time as we wrap up tonight. This is a good story time. This is about the time. Oh, let me take this background off. Because this is a good story time. This is the time that my mama cussed out the Jehovah's Witness people when they came to the door. Oh, these were the days. These were the days. Look, Kimono, you better not open my door. Okay, so I remember I was in 7th grade. I remember this. I was in 7th grade. And we were at home, and my mother was in the living room, sitting on the couch. You know, she had fallen asleep on the couch. She was just chilling. And I think I was in there watching TV, sitting in the living room too. And somebody knocks at the door. A little knock at the door. So I look through the peephole, and I'm like, okay. So I open the door because I could see it was 2 ladies, and they come and they're at the door, and they're like, yes, we'd like to tell you about our Lord and Savior, and my mother wakes up while I'm at the door. Now, where my mother is sitting, like I'm at the door, and my mother is sitting where she can see who is at the door as I have it cracked open. My mother can see it right there. So my mother wakes up. And the lady's just talking to me. And my mother says, close my damn door. I said, Mom, I'm talking to the lady. She's close my mother fucking door. And I remember I looked at those 2 Jehovah's Witness ladies. And I just remember I mouthed, I'm so sorry. And I just closed the door. Because I was scared of my mama. Listen, I wouldn't about get my ass beat for them 2 ladies trying to spread the Lord's word. Negative. I was not going to do that. That was not a sacrifice that I was willing to make. And I remember over the years, I would every so often tell my mama that story. I say, I remember that time you embarrassed me in front of those Jehovah's Witness ladies, and you cussed and you made me close that door. And my mama said, you knew you ain't had no damn business opening my door without asking me first. Listen. Hey, Queen. I never forgot that. Those poor ladies, I felt so sorry for them. I did. I remember that. My mama was a savage. She was a savage when she wanted to be, honey. I still remember that shit. Closed my motherfucking door. And I just was like, I'm sorry. But it's nothing I can do. It was nothing I could do. And then I'm going to tell you one more story. Because this popped in my head when I thought about that story. Because we was living in the same place when this happened. So, this is way back in the day before call waiting. I know I'm not the only person in here old enough to remember there was a time when you would call somebody and the line was busy. And you had to wait until they got their ass off the phone or you wasn't getting through. Now, you could call the operator and ask the operator to bust through the line. But that's usually for emergencies. But the operator will bust through if they wanted, if you asked them to. But back then, there was no call waiting. And I remember my mother was strict. Like when you got home from school, you had to come in, do your chores, do your homework, and have all that shit done before mama get home from work, right? All right, fine. Because my parents divorced when we were pretty young, right? So, okay. So I come home from school. You never do exactly what your parents tell you to do, right? You never do. You just hope you don't get caught. So I come home from school, I bullshit around. I do my homework. I do my stuff around the house, but I decide to get on the phone. When I got on the phone, of course, we didn't have call waiting because call waiting didn't exist yet. So I'm on the phone just running my mouth with my little girlfriend, just popping the shit. We just talking. I done lost track of time. We just talking. Next thing I know, I hear something bust through the line. It's the operator. Operator say, I need you to get off the phone. Your mother is trying to call. Bitch. I knew that was my ass, Mr. Postman. My ass, Mr. Postman. So I hung up the phone. And I was like, oh shit. So as soon as I hung up the phone, my mama called. I answered the phone. My mama said, didn't I tell you not to get your ass on that phone? I was like, yes, you did. Ness did my ass. When I get home, I'm going to tear your ass up. I'm like, oh shit. Uh-oh. I got to do something. Because I don't want to spank you. So I devised a plan. I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to call the police on my mama. Yeah. I'm going to call the law. I'm going to call the law on her ass. Because I'm going to make sure she can't put no paws on me. So I called the police. Sure did. I called the police and reported it. But there was a problem. They didn't get there before my mother got home from work. When my mama got home, chill. She tore my ass up. You heard me. She tore my ass up, okay? Then I ate dinner, had to take my shower, and then I had to go to bed early. I still remember this because I was probably like in 7th or 8th grade. I still remember this, okay? This is what I remember. Later on that night, them buster-ass, punk-ass cops come to the house. About 6 hours late. Shit. If I was calling to save my fucking life, I was good as dead. Because those bastards didn't show up till 6 hours later. So I'm already in bed at that time when they decide to knock at the door to do a welfare check. Now you want to do a welfare check? I didn't want the ass whooping. You let me get the ass. Man, fuck y'all. Don't nobody need you to check on me now. Shit, I'm sore now. Don't nobody need your help now. So they knock on the door. My mama comes to the door. She sees the police at the door. So now she pissed. Like, what the fuck is the police doing at my fucking door? So the police come. They say, listen, we received a call about child, you know what, and this, that, and the other. My mama like, what? Oh, well, hell no. Ain't none of that shit going on here. My daughter just fine. Bring your ass on out here so these people can see you. So I had to come outside, come out my bedroom, take the walk of shame to the living room so the police could see that I was still breathing. Then I got sent back to bed. Now, I could hear my mother through the door. Like when I went back to my bedroom, I could hear her talking to the police. My mother thought the old lady up under us had called. It was me. So after those police left, she went downstairs to that lady door and she knocked on the door. She said, bitch, you called the police on me? when I was just trying to take care of my kids, and the lady would never open the door because she didn't call. I did. I never told my mama I called till I was like 40. I said, you remember when you told you was banging on that old lady's door that we used to live over top of? Because you said she called the police when you gave me that spanking that time? That was me. It's just that those punk ass cops didn't get there on time. That's why I don't call the cops for shit. They let me down as a child and I never forgot it. They ain't gonna come in your time of need. You gonna catch that work. Ain't no point in calling. I learned a lesson. I learned to do what my brother did. Just run out the house. Because as long as you was faster than my mama, you wasn't gonna get no spanking. Now, not that mama ain't had no legs on her now. My mama could run now. You gonna have to have some endurance. Because she could chase you for a minute now. She gonna be on your ass for a minute. Because she was in good shape. But after a while, she couldn't keep up. You understand? Because she smoked cigarettes. So after a while, she couldn't keep up no way. She's gonna have to let you go. You understand? But you was gonna have to put in some work to get away from her. If you got in the corner, oh, your ass was done. Don't corner yourself. You done. You about to catch that work. Oh, my mama was no joke. She was no joke. None. I remember one time my mother let this girl stay with us that she knew. Because the girl, she had a baby and she needed some place to stay. The girl's mama had kicked her out, essentially. So my mother was like, sure, you can come stay with us, but I got rules. Because my mother made it real clear. She got rules. She ain't going to tell you 2 times. She tell you 1 time. After that, not upside the head. Because she already done told you the first time. To repeat herself, she sees it as a sign of disrespect, right? So I never forget, they went grocery shopping. Come back in the house, because the girl was getting food stamps. Come back in the house, the girl was mad. Tell me, I spent all my fucking food stamps on your fucking groceries and shit. My mother say, what the fuck you say to me? I just stood there, because I already knew what was going to happen. I already knew. My mother was one of them people, she ain't talk a lot. If she was going to fight you, she gonna talk while she whooping your ass. But she ain't gonna do all that precursor shit. Like, you don't want this work. No. That wasn't my mama. That wasn't her. She gonna whoop your ass, and while she whooping your ass, she gonna be like, you wanted this work, so I gave you this work. That was mama. She was from the South. Southern people don't talk a lot. They whoop ass. Then they talk afterwards. Maybe I should have calmed down. Maybe you should have. That was not right to jump on Pastor like that. He's a man of God. But I remember she said, I spit, and my mother said, what you say to me? She said, you heard what the fuck I said? I spit all I heard was just moving and run. My mother was wearing her ass out. You heard me. And at that time, my mother had to be 25, 30 years older than that girl. At least. Then my mama put her out and kept the groceries. You couldn't do that shit in my mama's house. Listen, my mother was queen of furniture moving. Queen of furniture moving, okay? I remember a time where my cousin asked me to babysit his children, and I did it. But then my cousin didn't pay me. And I think I was only like 10 or 11, but he didn't pay me. So my mother asked me, my mother said, hey, such and such pay you for keeping the kids? Even if he only gave me $5. My mother's point was, you're working, you're earning money, right? And my mother didn't like for people to take advantage of people, especially if they were family. And I remember saying, no, he didn't give me nothing. My mama said, come with me. I knew when she said that, she's about to confront somebody. Hey there, Robert. She was about to confront somebody. So we went over to the van where my cousin was, and my mother said, you didn't pay her for keeping your fucking kids? My cousin said, man, get the fuck out of my face with that shit. That's the wrong thing to say. And this was a male cousin, mind you. My mother would fight anybody. She even fight men too. She didn't give a shit. Because she was, like I said, she's from the South. where they fought they male cousins and they female cousins. Like everybody was fighting. You understand? They all was fighting. So my cousin said, man, get the fuck out of my face with that, man. My mama say, what? So then he had a cup of libations and he threw it in her face. I never forgot it. I was 11 years old. And I knew when it happened, I was just like, oh, it was like, oh, shit. Like in slow motion, like those Bounty commercials. And I just remember seeing my mother flying and jumped on him. And they was just scrapping. My mama was like, they was just scrapping. Now, an hour or two later, they were back kicking it because they was family. You understand? That's how, you know, they was built different. I ain't never get down like that. They was built different. But I never forgot that shit. My mother and my cousin, it wasn't even my cousin. It was my mama's cousin. But they grew up together like brother and sister. So my mother had no problem. She was never scared. Her thing was this. My mother always would tell me, listen, don't get in a man's face to challenge a man, except if you could take a punch. And bitch, I can take a punch. Listen. Okay. That's not my life. I'm good on that. I'm kind of like Glass Joe off of Mike Tyson Punch-Out. You not hitting my jaw with none of that shit. Fuck that. I remember I took boxing. I used to do boxing. My husband and I used to take boxing class. I'm going to tell y'all one more story. I got to tell you this because I'm still pissed about this story. My husband and I used to take this boxing class. We were both in this class. Yeah, he gave me the money after they had that fight. He did. He had no choice but to pay me, or my mother would still been fighting his ass. So my mother's cousin did pay me after that. He did pay me after that. My husband and I were in boxing class because we both would take this class. And I used to love boxing. Boxing is a great workout. Ladies, if you want a great full body workout, boxing is great full body workout. Anyway, I was in boxing class. And so one day my boxing instructor said, okay, let's do these pair-ups. I'm a pair up husband and wife together and be paired up with some other people together. So me and my husband, you know, we doing the little stuff. Then this dude proceeds to hit me with a fucking body shot. Now, as a woman, I have never been hit with the body. In the body ever. Women don't hit in the body. They grab hair and hit each other in the head. That's what women do, right? Oh my God. I could have swear I felt my inside shift. That shit brought me to my knees. Literally, I was on my knees in boxing class and I remember being like, the fuck? Bruh. I remember I got up and was like, bruh, we supposed to be sparring. Sparring. And then, of course, my trainer's like, I tell you, always protect yourself. It's okay. He better protect himself when he gets back to this house. That's all I know. Man, knock the wind out of me is an understatement. Ladies, if you've never felt a body shot, if somebody ever punches you and you, oh, I got him. But see, I made sure to not get him in class. You know how you catch him? Men love to walk around with their chests all pumped out at home. Rag it out. Payback. Never do that to me again. The nerve. And I said, remember, always protect yourself. Listen. I still remember that body shot, that hurt. I thought something was wrong with one of my kidneys or something. That shit hurt. Hurt. That's why folks who can box, that midsection, their midsection is tough. Okay? It's a strong midsection to take. In order to take a body blow and still be okay. Y'all remember them boxing games? Body blow. Body blow. Goodness gracious. You used to volunteer to do what in boxing class, Hope? To do what? I know the thing I used to hate in boxing class, but I used to like it, but I used to hate it. That thing called the Ring of Fire. Oh, you spar the men. I used to hate the Ring of Fire, but I love the Ring of Fire. Where they put you in the center and you got to spar with everybody in that circle. I used to hate it, but I used to love it. But I might get back into boxing. I enjoyed boxing. I had gotten good at the speed bag. I really did like boxing. Boxing is a great workout. And it makes it so if you do have to fight somebody, more likely than not, if you got to fight a woman, you're going to hurt that woman because women going to pull hair. My boxing coach was always adamant on that. Let me show you how to fight without getting your hair pulled. And he would always say, hit them with a body punch. Women can't take body punches. You ain't never lied. I learned that the hard way. Ain't never lied about that. After I got that body blow, it was like never again. Never again. I thank you all for joining me tonight. We always have a great time together. Look, I plan to be in here an hour, and I've been in here almost 2 hours. Every damn time. Y'all do this to me every time. I was supposed to work out in this garden this afternoon and didn't do it. I got to do it tomorrow morning. Damn it, Dale. Oh, your old son say this passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Hope. I am sorry to hear that. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. What did we get? We got up to 55,000 likes. I don't even be looking. I just be talking. And boxing is a great cardio. Listen, if you're one of those people you don't like running on a treadmill, take boxing class. I used to take a boxing class that was the equivalent. It would last as long as a 12-round fight. And it was fun. We were not allowed to sit down in between breaks. None of that. We did 3-round segments. And you couldn't sit down. You only got a 1-minute break between each round. I used to love that class. That was a great workout. Great workout. And when you box in boxing class with men, you have no choice but to get better. Because the men don't take pity on you. And honestly, you don't want them to, because that's how you become better. That's how you get better. So I would tell you, take boxing class if you can. You need 2 more heart me's, huh? What do you mean? But I thank you all for joining me tonight. Don't forget to check out that Straight No Chaser podcast. Check out Patreon, YouTube, Substack. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place because you can't say certain things on certain platforms. What are you talking about? Who needs 2 more hearts? Oh, you're talking about me. Oh, thank you so much. I had no idea. Listen, y'all know I be old. Like what? I thank y'all for joining me tonight. I thank you for all of the engagement, the shares, the likes, the gifts. I really do appreciate you. This community is awesome. We have a great time on TikTok. How do I find you? Go to the link in my bio, and my Substack link is on my website. All of the places you can find me is on my website. My website is just one page. And it has all the links. It even has the link to my store that has the Bliggity Block cup and shirts. And I got some more shirts coming out this week. And cups, I think. I'm thinking about doing Tumblr, but I ain't sure. See, me, I look at those price points. And if I don't like the price point, I won't do it. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it because I wouldn't buy that shit. Listen. I can get tank tops if you guys are looking for tanks. If you're looking for a tank top, I can put something on a tank. That's not a problem. I just started off with t-shirts, but I certainly can do that. I'm listening. I just got to cook for my dog right quick, but I'm tuning in. No problem, Ladybug. No problem. But I thank you all so much. I really do. I enjoy doing this every day. That's why I like doing it. You say racerback tanks. Okay, I'm writing that down. I'm writing this down. See, I listen to y'all. Racerback tank tops. Okay. I think I'm going to do the hoodies as we start getting close to the cooler weather. It's too fucking hot right now. Y'all put on a hoodie right now, you smell like milk. And y'all know we don't like that. We don't want to smell like milk. Where they say, he needs some milk. We don't want to be like that. Thank you so much, Jess. I enjoy doing the lives. Thank you, JK. I enjoy myself. If I didn't enjoy myself, I couldn't keep doing it. Yeah, or smell like onions. I don't want y'all to smell like onions or milk. It's too hot for hoodies right now. No matter what your teenager says. Y'all know how teens, they love to wear a hoodie. I'm usually live 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll be back on tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? I love you guys. Listen, like I tell you before, check me out. The link is in my bio. Okay? I got some other videos I'll probably put up today on TikTok before the evening is over. I thank you so much. I love you guys. I gotta wear long layers because of skin cancer. Do what you gotta do to protect that skin. You better. You don't want that skin looking like RFK. We've discussed this. We don't want that coach bag skin. It's unattractive. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters like I always do every live. First of all, beautiful, my dog is Charlie. Thank you, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Kiana Black. Thank you. Number 3, beautiful Sayana. Thank you. Number 4, beautiful Living Life. Thank you. Number 5, beautiful Storyteller. Thank you, beautiful. And number 6, beautiful. I want to send a special shout out to Sonopa. Number 6, beautiful. Thank you so much. I really enjoy this, seeing you guys every evening. Hey, Rosalind, how you doing, beautiful? I will make sure to put tonight's live and this morning's live on TikTok. Look at y'all. Y'all still cutting up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jersey Rican, I will make sure to put it on YouTube tonight. But I'll be back on live tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? That's usually my schedule outside of me changing something and letting you guys know about it or some crazy news happens. But I'm going to tell you like I always tell you, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head, y'all. Don't feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.